The Age of Imprisonment is upon us. We are finally getting Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment, the third Hyrule Warriors game and sequel to Age of Calamity. While Age of Calamity was an alternative tale of what went down with the Great Calamity that is both canon and non-canon, Nintendo has heavily stressed in the promotion and the press releases of Age of Imprisonment that this game is going to be a canon prequel to that of Tears of the Kingdom, which will showcase the full story of the Imprisoning War. While there are many secrets to be discovered in Age of Imprisonment, there is one that stands out within the Zelda fandom that is this thing and its identity and role within the Imprisoning War. Well, while many have had an idea of what this thing's identity is, I think I've cracked the code completely on this synthetic hero. What's up guys, it's HMK once again with a new Zelda theory based on Tears of the Kingdom and Age of Imprisonment. I'm super excited for the game and you should be as well. So if you are, be sure to like, share, and most importantly subscribe to HMK. Let's dive directly into the noise. Alright, let's get the most obvious question out of the way. What is this thing? Who is this thing? I mean, well, it's obviously a construct, and we've seen it in the back end of the previous two trailers for Age of Imprisonment. And thankfully, we have a better glimpse at this construct thanks to the box art of Age of Imprisonment and sample images from the special edition box set that's going to be releasing in Japan, which shows that it has eyes, a face, sort of, a very humanoid-like build, and even hair under the hood that seems to be made out of Zonai construct-like energy. And the way that it's holding that Zonai-like sword in its right hand and it seems to have a shield appendage on its left hand. Ladies and gentlemen, come on, it's who we all think it is. It's Link. Well, kinda, sorta, not really, but kind of. I believe that this is a hero construct that's housing the spirit of the hero, the spirit of Link, or more like his will. I feel that's closer to say. A will that is actually combined with that of the sword spirit Fi. I mean, we do hear sounds connected to Fi in the second trailer, where this construct is hinted at. And to clarify to what some people are saying that this entity could be connected to the ancient hero, I like to point out once again that the Great Calamity, the original Calamity that happened 10,000 years before the events of Breath of the Wild, is not the same event as the Imprisoning War, where the ancient hero who wielded the Master Sword that worked with Princess Zelda during that era and the champions along with the Divine Beast were able to defeat the first known sighting of Calamity Ganon. The Imprisoning War that was fought against the Demon King Ganondorf happened long before that. As with the Imprisoning War, neither the hero or the Master Sword were involved, and that's why Ganondorf got as far as he did, until Hyrule had to pay the ultimate price in order to stop him. But on to another important question. How is this all possible? How would it be possible that Link's spirit or the will of the hero could inhabit a construct that existed millennia, eras, time immemorial before the events of Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild? Well, when you put things together, it's actually quite simple, my dear Watsons. Link and Fi's spirit were retrieved during their downtime after the events of the upheaval. Remember when Ganondorf finally woke up during the events of Tears of the Kingdom and Zelda was blasted to the past and Link had his arm and Master Sword heavily damaged? The time between that and Link waking up at the beginning of Tears of the Kingdom is actually quite longer than a lot of people understand it, where people believe that Link waking up in the beginning of Tears of the Kingdom after the upheaval happened hours or even days after the event, when in reality it was more closer to weeks or a month and change after the upheaval that Link finally woke up and Tears of the Kingdom truly began, as evidenced by the construction, research, and adjustment that the people of Hyrule had after the reveal of the Zonai Islands and technology, and that the search for the missing Princess Zelda and Link was pretty aggressive as word spread among the multiple regions across Hyrule, and that flyers were created, produced, and distributed en masse in order to aid the search. Long story short is that the time between the upheaval and Link waking up in the beginning of Tears of the Kingdom was pretty ample. So ample that during that time when Link was asleep, his spirit was possibly retrieved in order to inhabit the construct that we see in Age of Imprisonment. But how would they be able to do that? Well, that's also easy. It was a combination of Zelda's, Sonia's, and Mineru's powers by the use of their secret stones, with Zelda and Sonia utilizing their power over time in order to locate and isolate Link's spirit in the future, and Minoru using her power of spirit in order to tether Link's spirit into this construct. This construct, used to house Link's, or rather the hero's will, to assist the fight against the Demon King. And while it'll be proven to be a powerful ally, it does not have the Master Sword, nor the real power to stand against Ganondorf at his prime as Demon King, and more than likely will unfortunately be destroyed before the final confrontation with Ganondorf and cannot be recompleted due to Minoru being inflicted with mortal wounds. And more than likely, during the moment of destruction of this hero construct, Link wakes up in the future, starting the events of Tears of the Kingdom. And if this is the case, and if Age of Imprisonment is going to be super canon to the events of Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, why was it not brought up in Tears of the Kingdom? Well, that's also pretty simple. Honestly, Minoru had no reason to talk about it because they had Link at this point, the wielder of the Master Sword, the sword that seals the darkness, and that Zelda was finally rescued at the very end of the game, so she didn't really have time to talk about it on screen. And that's why I think it's gonna go down with this construct of the hero. Honestly, the design of this character is super clean, and I can't wait to see more gameplay because it looks like it's gonna be like a Transformer robots in disguise. I gotta see the moveset, and I cannot wait for the game. And hey, one more thing to note is that if this game is gonna be super canon, and if Link is not gonna be a playable character, and if they don't include him in a non-canon capacity, like, oh, this character you could play as Link, but he's not canon to the story, then maybe give this character, this hero construct, an outfit based on Link. But then how would he transform? Man, whatever. So what did you think about this theory, and who do you think the identity of this mysterious construct truly is? Let me know your thoughts and theories in the comment section below, and be sure to like, share, and most importantly, subscribe to HMK. Oh, the game's coming out soon, and I cannot wait. So until then, this has been your boy HMK, and I'll check you guys later.